and welcome back to Brooke's Beauty Bazaar. My name is Brooke and thank you so much for being here today. Now, you can probably already tell by the title of this video that I'm going to be doing something way different than I normally do. There are no products to be seen today. It is all talking. I want to make this video because honestly, even though it is so long and time consuming to watch for you guys, this is probably the most important video that I'm ever going to put out. I want this video to be a giant disclaimer, as you've read in the title, about fungal acne and kind of a lot of the stuff surrounding it. I want this video to explain my personal philosophy around skincare and fungal acne and kind of a little bit more about my journey with it. And then also just kind of delve into a couple of these ingredients that are like hot topics in the comments section usually. And just, I want to be able to explain to you guys what you should be expecting from your personal skincare journey as it relates especially to fungal acne, but also to acne in general. So that being said, I'm gonna not waste any more time introducing this video and we are gonna get right into the bulk of it. Please watch this video all the way through one solid time for me, just because you're gonna have a lot of questions answered in this video. But then from then on, I will go ahead right now and put timestamps in the bar below so that you guys can skip ahead to the topic that you want, so that this video can also become a giant resource to you guys, because that is definitely my intention behind it. All right, you guys, let's go for it. All right, you guys, so the very first disclaimer that I want to make in this video is my personal disclaimer. It's something that you guys just need to know, and I will type it below and put it in every video too. However, it is that I am not a professional medical doctor. I have no degree when it comes to dermatology or even a certificate to be a skin esthetician. I have no degree, no education in skin at all. I am truly just a person who has experienced hell and back when it comes to her skin and who has done so many different things to try to treat that thing. And then I finally have fallen into this fungal acne realm that has just transformed my skin. So that's where I'm coming from. Just a little bit more about my background with my skin. Everything that I tell you is just from my own experience and perspective, and then also my research and reading and just trying to consume everything I can around acne and skincare. But from the time I was about 19 years old all the way until I was about 25 years old, I had severe adult cystic acne that would not go away to save my life. And my skin was inflamed, and it was just, I had like rash-like skin. I had huge just cystic things all over all the time. And I truly was in this terrible space where I was so embarrassed of being a person because of my skin. Like I didn't want to do anything, and I had gone from being this super outgoing person to a clam, literally just holed up all the time, not wanting to live life because my skin looked so bad. And I hated when people would talk to me about my skin, and inevitably, there were a lot of people who were like respectful about it, but inevitably, almost everyone who got any kind of friendship with me would talk to me about my skin, and I just didn't want their advice because nothing worked, and they didn't understand that I had already been trying every single thing. So that kind of brings me into my second credential here, which is that I have tried literally everything under the sun. I have been to dermatologists, I've gotten on antibiotics and oral medications, I have tried just all these extreme things, oil cleansing, oh gosh, I have been through the ringer when it comes to treating your acne, and the only thing that I never went all the way through with was Accutane, and that was just because personally, when I sat there and I thought about the side effects and the possibilities and kind of all the bad parts of it, the cons, it just way outweighed the pros for me, and so I never went through with Accutane, but I got all the way to the step before I was about to fill my prescription with it. So that kind of gives you a little bit more about my skin journey. From there, I literally just, by the time I was 25, I just thought, I'm too adult for this now, like I should not be having this problem and I need to find a solution. And that is when I just said, you know what? Forget it. I am going to stop trying to treat this acne and trying to find the cure, the magic cure, because it clearly doesn't exist. And I'm just going to get into literally like the science of skin, the way skincare works and what it's supposed to do, and do research about that, and then try to tackle my skin from a totally new perspective for me. And that is when I first stumbled upon probably Caroline Hirons. It could have been earlier that I stumbled upon her, but this is when I first really started to like love, listen, admire Caroline Hirons. And she is in no way fungal acne or really acneic, like specialty wise. Like she is truly just all skincare, and she doesn't have super sensitive skin, I wouldn't say. But starting to use some of her basic principles is what really started to give me results on my skin for the first time ever. And one of the things that really I did was I started using moisturizer. And I don't know if you guys like have done this in your life, but if you have acne, a lot of the times you think, oh no, I don't want to add moisturizer to it because I don't want to like feed it, because you think for some reason that moisture is feeding your acne, which is just like not what's happening. But you will think that at one time. And so I remember as soon as I started using moisturizer and really trying to do that with my skin, that was the first time that I started to see some of it clear up. And the whole thing here is you cannot have dry, super severely dehydrated skin and think that you're going to be able to clear your acne, because if you don't have hydration and water like you need, you're not going to be able to have proper functioning skin. So that was the whole premise, and that's kind of where my skincare started. And then from there I started to just research active ingredients, the things that I wanted, and just trying to find the right mixture of products that were going to really clear my skin. Bouncing off of that, my other credential is simply this: I'm beauty obsessed. I'm a little bit of a makeup junkie kind of a person. I am a huge consumer. I grew up in the era of, you know, YouTube and beauty gurus and Juicy Star 07, and so that's kind of where it comes from. But one thing I say about that is, although I do consider myself somewhat of a beauty junkie, I literally have come full circle because I couldn't use a lot of the products that have always been popular and recommended to me, and there are still pretty much 90% of them that I cannot use. However, now that I've come into my own and I know what's going on a little bit better, I can happily tell you guys that there is still hope for beauty junkies out there. If you guys are really into the beauty space, then I can help you with that too, because there is fun to be had even in the fungal acne realm. All right, so that is my personal disclaimer. Now you guys, I want to do a quick product disclaimer for you guys. So this is in relation to any product that I recommend or use or talk to you about in the comment section, any interaction you and I have around products. Number one, I am always going to be talking to you guys from a place of fungal acne safe products, and if they have an ingredient that is not fungal acne safe, I will always denote that in the video somewhere or in the bar below, probably in both, just so that you guys are fully aware. I want you guys to realize that just because a product is completely fungal acne safe does not mean that that product is going to work for you. We are all totally unique. Our skin is going to react differently to everything, and some of us may be a lot more sensitive to fungal acne than other people. There's a huge spectrum and in between. I would say that my skin is super sensitive to fungal acne, but it's not the most extreme version of sensitive. And so I just kind of want to give you guys that as a reference point. Now, one other thing that I need to mention is that sometimes products that you use to treat fungal acne may have an ingredient that you would not normally consider safe. And I just want you guys to be aware that sometimes you might have success using that product because it's just that whatever ingredient could feed Malassezia is not reacting on your skin for whatever reason. And so it's just something that happens, and I want you guys to know that going forward so that you can kind of create your skincare around what you think is best for you. Now, this is gonna segue me right into the main ingredient that I really wanna start talking to you guys about, because this is something that gets brought up to me in the comment section of all my videos almost, especially when it comes to products. And I want us to have a quick chat about glycerin. Let's talk about glycerin because we have to talk about glycerin. It's very important to talk about. All right guys, so I'm gonna have to read off of my notes here for this part because it's a little involved. So, number one, what is glycerin? Glycerin is also known as glycerol or glycerine, and according to Merriam-Webster, glycerol is a sweet syrupy hygroscopic trihydroxy alcohol. It is C3H8O3, usually obtained by the saponification of fats. Saponification is literally just the process, the conversion of those ingredients into the sweet, sticky, syrupy substance that glycerin actually is. Glycerin is present in all natural lipids, lipids are fats, whether they are animal or vegetable based. And in skincare, glycerin is used to replenish and restore the skin, and essentially you'll find it as a hydrating element a lot of the time too, and so it truly is just supposed to restore that youthful, bouncy glow to your skin. That's what it's used for. It's in pretty much every freaking product out there on the market. You name it, it's in there. Trust me, do your research. You will find that there is not very many products out there that don't contain glycerin. So now you guys want to know, well, how does this pertain to me and why is it important, and is it safe or is it not, Brooke? What is the answer? And that is going to be 100% up to you. Here is the facts that I know. From my personal opinion and my research and reading studies that have been done around glycerin, I can tell you that there are studies out there that say that glycerin is unsafe and that it potentially does promote the growth of malassezia. And there are a lot more studies now, and especially recently, there have been studies that say that glycerin does not promote the growth of malassezia. And in fact, when combined with other ingredients, it may even help to clear malassezia. So there's some contradictory information out there. What is clear is that it does not in any way prevent or, diminish malassezia. So it's not something that you can use solely to just treat malassezia. It won't cure it for you. However, I'm going to just include the link to the one that I kind of adhere to below in the comments, where it's just the study and it talks about using glycerin and how it didn't promote the growth of malassezia. And that is my stance. So for me, when it comes to skincare, glycerin is not a problem. I'm going to use products with glycerin and I'm going to use products without glycerin. But if it only has glycerin as the bad ingredient, I ain't gonna be too worried about it. Like, I'm gonna use that product and I'm gonna recommend it. But again, I will always denote whether or not it has glycerin in the video, like down here, or and also in the comments section. One thing I have to say is that if you think you're sensitive to glycerin or you don't want to use glycerin, then just use the products that I recommend that don't have glycerin in them. That's really the best thing I can tell you. And the other thing I can say is if you aren't really sure that you want to use it, when it comes to ingredients list, there is a rule of thumb that you can always go by. The ingredient that is listed first on the list, the first really like 5 ingredients, are going to be the most potent in the mixture. So those ingredients are going to be the most present ones. So if glycerin is ingredient 1 or 2, it's going to be high concentration of glycerin in your product. But if glycerin comes more towards the end of the, paragraph of ingredients that might be included in your product, then it's going to be a lot less involved in the product. And so if you want to start somewhere, start without having it, and then start by adding products that have just a little bit in, and then get back to ones that have a lot in if you guys feel comfortable doing so. And that is going to be all I'm going to say on glycerin for now, and hopefully that helps you guys understand where I'm coming from. Alright you guys, so I have abruptly decided to pause this video, and I am filming this little interjection because I want to go ahead and just stop it here and let you guys chew on all the content that I've already mentioned. I've kind of gone over a little bit of my acne journey, my personal disclaimer so that you guys know where I'm coming from, and I also touched on glycerin as a hot topic because it is the hot topic of the comments section. If you guys have questions about the stuff that we've been talking about in this video, then go ahead and start asking me now and we can chat about them, and then I will post part 2 on my next posting day, whether that's Monday or Thursday, so you guys can have the rest of it to consume. And then maybe down the road I'll post it as a combined video so that you guys can do the reference points the way that I originally said. But I will go ahead and put all those reference points into this bar below for this particular video, and then I will link part 2 from the bar below as well once I have that uploaded and ready to go for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up for me, and make sure that you guys comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and I will see you back here very, very soon. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye.